2 Corinthians 10:5 is very clear about this concept. The verse says we demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. The words used in this NAV version are very powerful. We demolish the thoughts that set themselves up against the knowledge of Christ. This is like taking a wrecking ball to them, and therefore, when we find ourselves stuck in unforgiveness, we can be confident in taking a wrecking ball to the false belief about ourselves and redirecting it so that we can create new thoughts, feelings, and actions moving forward. In this way, we can be unencumbered by the mistakes of our past. We are forgiven, and we do not need to listen to anything to the contrary. It is with confidence that we can take any toxic thought about ourselves in the spirit of unforgiveness and redirect them towards the truth of forgiveness. When we catch ourselves with a thought we need to take captive, we can create our own way of getting rid of it. Maybe we can try a visualization about sweeping it out of the house with a broom, or dumping it in the trash bin, or maybe a visualization about a police officer slapping handcuffs and leading those thoughts away like a criminal. Personally, I like to imagine the wrecking ball destroying them and replacing them with something I think my Heavenly Father would like me to think. What matters is that when we can catch ourselves with a thought not consistent with God's truth, we can say no. When we practice this regularly and redirect, we will find it becomes second nature, and we will become self-motivated to keep the havoc it created in our lives out. Once we take the thought captive, our final instruction in this verse is to make it obedient to Christ. It is with this obedience that we can remind ourselves how God remembers our sin no more. He does not hold it against us. He has provided us with a clean slate from which we can move forward with confidence. Processing forgiveness so we might experience it takes practice. So don't beat yourself up if you're struggling with this concept. Thoughts of unforgiveness are an experience shared by many and may continue to enter our conscious thinking more than we care to admit. The reality is that the enemy is at work trying to take control of our thoughts. When he is successful at doing so, we lose our momentum and focus, continuing to live in the past instead of looking forward to experience what's possible. This doesn't have to be the case. With repeated practice, determination, and resolve, we will see these thoughts have less impact on us as time goes on. We will see the enemy retreat because he sees our resolve. What a comforting thought, right? In closing, I'll share 1 Timothy 4:15, which reminds us to practice these things, immerse yourself in them so that all may see your progress.